Hi again guys, and welcome to a special bonus video which we typically of course would not do on a Sunday, but for any of you who have been watching the Nations Cup live events for Gran Turismo Sport, this will be kind of a few hours old news to you, but if you haven't watched those, you might be excited by this development because of course when the Nations Cup events happen, it's a really juicy time for seeing new cars that get leaked via the drivers actually using them. Not so much a leak, more an unofficial kind of soft release for the cars where Kaz and the Polyphony crew allow us to notice them rather than announce them ahead of time. Now, whether or not these cars will come together is open to discussion. I would tend to believe they probably will, and I would also tend to believe they're probably going to come in the next major update. However, it would be a very interesting debate as to whether or not these are coming with the Dallara Super Formula cars that we already discussed that are coming this month on the 28th. That's for a different time though. What is not up for debate is that 3 new cars have been confirmed, and they're 3 pretty juicy ones, and if they come all together in the same pack, it'll be a very interesting one. A pack with much more of a classic exotic leaning, and also, in terms of rally, kind of a significant one. In fact, a very significant one, because one of the leaked vehicles was the Lancia STRATOS. Now, this is a classic, of course, rally icon. It is the road version, which is not a surprise at all, because that was the premium car in the previous game. Pretty expensive, considering how fast it actually is, but of course it's an icon for a reason. One of the most dominant rear-wheel drive rally cars ever, kind of like a mini Ferrari, and one of the most distinctive shapes as well. Now, the next one is a very significant car as well, because we already have one in the game, but the classic one. This one is kind of a, you could say classic, but more of like a modern classic supercar or a mid-modern. The Countach, the Lamborghini Countach 25th anniversary. This car, again, was also in Gran Turismo 6, it was also a premium, and it was a very, very fast car for its power. Now, the classic version is already a really good money earner, if you want to use it as such. This one could potentially be similar, or it could end up being maybe more of a track day toy in general. It will certainly have more focused handling than the 70s version, but that wouldn't exactly take a lot. And of course, last but definitely not least, we have another high roller returning to the game. It's not a new one, it was in Gran Turismo 6, the Ferrari 250 GT, the Berlinetta Coupe. This was one of the more affordable high rollers in the previous games, 7.5 million credits, but of course we've seen some high rollers jump in price, most notably the Daytona Cobra, which had a massive jump up to 15 million credits, so we'll have to see how the Ferrari goes. I would have thought it would probably stay at 7.5 million in this case, because it's not really a full-on race car, it's just more of a collector's piece in general. But 3 pretty cool ones. And I'd like to give a quick shout out to 3 members of the HSG Discord community as well, in particular for the photos that I used here, the screen grabs from the event, and they are Tuareg V10, Vinny V1, and Boy1. So thank you to those 3 guys. Of course there were other screenshots as well, but those in particular were the ones that I used. So 3 cool cars, classics, full-on classics, sometimes semi-classics, and also 3 exotics as well. 3 Italian exotics in particular, from Ferrari, Lamborghini and Lancia. Interesting. Could that be a harbinger of the rest of the pack? We do have a couple of notable Italian cars that are not in the game. Maybe they might come alongside a Lamborghini LP670. That's kind of a wild prediction, but it is included in the credits of the game, I believe, so it's a possibility after all, but of course I'm not confirming that, that's just pure speculation. Overall though, very cool to have 3 more cars confirmed, and of course stick around on the channel for more news like this, and when the cars are actually released, when we will cover them in both review and tuning forms. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.